What's up, everybody? It's Sunday night. I don't know what's going on. I might have lost my co-hosts. Robin, are you there? Yeah, something happened. Okay, let me go out of Discord. Let me try to figure this out. I was talking to those guys, and then they just weren't there. So let me go out of Discord, everybody. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's happening. Um, let's go back into Discord and see if those guys are there. Dee 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 dee. Do technical difficulties at the beginning of the
Having
show.
issues.
There we go. You guys can hear me now, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Good times. We're on. It's happening. I'm gonna share my Fantasy Ground screens with you guys so you guys can see it. Okay. So, let me just say at the beginning of the show, like we always do, that the All Things Fantasy Grounds talk show is meant to teach and help, but the opinions expressed by the three of us are not that of Smiteworks USA LLC or Fantasy Grounds. Before we get to tonight's subject, let me say hello to my co-hosts. Fury Fate, how are you?
I'm good. I got tacos because my husband's band that were here until just like 5 seconds ago. One of the guys brought food over. Well, I say food, it's just all the proteins. I'm like, where are the sides? Where are the beans? Where are the rice? This is like, you know, a one note meal, which I mean, I'm not gonna say no to meat, but yeah,
That's what I like to hear from women.
Giggity.
it's fucking lazy.
Um, awesome. And Robin, how are you?
I'm doing good. I cut off all my hair.
Yep, and you dyed it green,
Yeah, but it didn't work very
and
good,
you tried
so
to come on camera, but it blew up your computer, so we don't get
it
to see that today.
did, yeah.
Well,
I
she
have
can
no
always
hair.
post a picture, put it in chat, and then we can show the picture.
She good,
Yeah.
but she'll tell you that she doesn't know how to
Yeah,
take
she doesn't.
selfies.
She don't want
Yeah.
it.
Well, I would like
Did you
to.
bleach your hair first? Because you were like a brunette, right?
I
Did you
did
bleach it
not
first to add the
bleach it
color?
first because the box that I bought said it was made for brunettes and bleach was not required.
Obviously, it
It lied.
lied.
Can't wait to see
It
this.
did.
All right. I have no hair, but we're not on camera today, so nobody sees any of this. So tonight's subject is the Fantasy Grounds Summon and Conjure module, and the creator of that module is with us tonight. Please welcome our guest, Robin Nix.
Oh, that's me. Hi.
Hi, Robin. So we are gonna show everybody this thing that you made, and it is available on the DMs Guild, and we will of course be giving away a copy of it tonight on the show. So don't go anywhere. But Robin, why don't you tell us about this, and then I will go through it as you instruct me to, and let everybody know what the hell's up with this.
Okay. So I'll just start that I made this because I have a player in my game who loves summoning things, like loves it. And I got really frustrated because every time he wanted to summon things, I would have to like pick an NPC that fit the criteria of the spell and then put 8 of them in the combat tracker, or, whatever it was. So this whole thing has pre-built encounters and tables for every conjuring, summoning, calling, finding spell. Not only in the player's handbook, but I checked other spell sources too, such as the Book of Lost Spells, Kobold Press's Deep Magic, and then for the monster sources, I used pretty much all the major monster sources: the Monster Manual, Volo's Guide to Monsters, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, and then the Creature Codex books. There's the list there. Yeah, so I try to cover all of the bases for everything. So basically, there's two ways that you can use this as the dungeon master. So if you have a player who says, "I'm going to use, I don't know, conjure animals." The first way when you're DMing, you can just pull up the encounters. Oh, your mouse was just on it. Up, and then yeah,
Can't
right
read
there.
that shit. Okay, first of all, let me get rid of these ones that are. These were just in my campaign. These are. Let me.
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay.
So if you actually hit that drop down at the top for categories, a lot of the spells come in their own category if they have multiple variations, basically. So in this case, we'll say your player is going to do conjure animals. So you can go ahead and pick the conjure animals category. And they tell you, Dungeon Master, I would like 8 monsters of CR 1/4. So you can type 8x in there, and that will bring you all of the 8 monster options as per the spell. So, some DMs say, well, you're in a forest, so I'm going to use elks or whatever.
Right.
So in this case, you would conjure the elks, and the dungeon master can just add that encounter to the combat tracker. And because the spell conjures friendly elks, they will all appear as friendly. Yeah, you'll have to load the monster
Yeah,
manual
and any
for them
book
to
that you
go.
try to pull from, if it's not open, it'll tell you, hey, you can open that, so I will.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it opens the monster manual, give me the elks, and they're all friendly.
Yep. They're all
Well, that
friendly.
and you also have them all coded on the side there from what bookstores, which is really nice. So in case you're like, oh, I don't even have, say, a Bolo's guide or whatever, you can be like, okay, I'm not going to pick anything that has the BG tag on it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I did try to tag them all by the source they come from for that purpose, because not everybody buys every monster book out there. So then that's kind of the, I assume most people will do that if they run the game kind of not so random. This is the way that you can just sort of pick whatever you want. The other option is, Rob, if you want to go ahead and pull up the tables instead of the encounters. And we'll use conjure animals again. So there at the top, you'll see there are 4 options, because these are the spell options for conjure animals. So we'll use that table right there that you're on, the 8x CR 1/4. And you can just instead choose randomly. So you can roll on this table, and it will pick an encounter at random for what your character summons. And in this case, they got some giant moths.
Nice. And the giant moths are from the book that
Creature
I
Codex.
did. I created the module. Well, I didn't write it, but I converted it. Creature Codex.
Ta-da! Oh, did it not go in the... There they are.
Oh no,
Or
I
maybe
didn't.
you
I
just...
didn't
Oh,
press
okay.
the. If I
I
press
see.
this, I didn't want to erase 8 because you
I see.
you can't bulk erase from the combat trackers unless they're enemies. So here, I'll show
Right.
everybody. That's why I had to erase them one at a time. If you ever have that situation, by the way, everybody, if you ever have so many friendlies you want to get rid of, just change them to. If you're gonna delete them anyway, just change them to enemies. And once I change them to enemies, then you can go menu delete delete only foes, and it'll take them all. But there's no delete only friendlies. They don't have that.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So there was some other cool features that I did want to show you. Let's take the spell Conjure Elemental, which is just a few down from where you are. Basically, if you are using the base version of the spell, it will get you an elemental of CR5 or lower. And if you see there are 2 tables for CR5 or lower. One is called a weighted table and one is non-weighted. And basically the difference here is that because it can get you something lower than CR5, I made one table that is more likely to get you a CR5 creature, and all of the other options have much lower chance. And then the non-weighted table, everything is equal across the board if you like a little more variety. So if you
Wait,
want to
wait.
check
You were
those
able
out.
to change the percentage or the
Yeah,
probability of
I
the.
see what she did.
That's really fancy.
She did like 5%, 5%, 90%, and then she did
Yes.
33, 33, 33.
Yeah. So, and I did this because I've encountered players who in the past they would say, well, I want it to be a CR5 monster. So I did make the weighted table so that they're more likely, but it's still kind of random. And then I've had other players who are like, whatever you pick, DM, and then you can use the non weighted table in that case and essentially possibly get something as low as CR3. And the reason I stopped at CR3 is because there is a Conjure Minor Elemental spell, and that one goes up to CR3 or CR2 rather. So I decided not to include the lower level versions in the higher level spells, if that makes any sense.
Right. That totally makes sense. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
cool.
So I mean that's kind of all there is to it. It's not it's not anything crazy
what
or
I love
fancy,
about it.
but
What I love about it is it's nothing to explain. but it is so powerful and so useful to anybody who casts a summon, a conjure, a find, a what was the other one? Call.
Call, yeah.
Yeah, there's just
Oh,
so
and
many.
I recently did update it to include animate, like animate objects. And there are some spells from Deep Magic that are new animate spells. So those are in there as well, including I did have to make the NPCs for them in some cases. The spell is really cool. It just summons CR0 monsters, but it says that they are made of paper. So in that one animated scroll, I just changed the name of the monster to paper baboon, etc. But they still use the regular monster stats for
Right.
animated scroll.
And here's a list of all the spells that use those uh tables. So
Yes.
there you go. And yeah,
And
fantastic.
yeah.
And yeah,
That's pretty much
I
all
mean
there is to
it's
it.
really straightforward. Like I said before, it's a simple idea, but you took the time. I don't know how many hours you spent on this. A million. It was a lot. But I mean, look at all the tables, everybody. I mean, it's insane. So now nobody has an excuse. Anytime a player says to their DM, "I want to conjure 8 CR quarter," then it's all done. It's done. It's already done.
Yep.
And they're
Pretty
in
simple.
encounters and they're marked friendly, which is a big part of it too. So just it's just like one step for a DM to do it, and then whether you play where the DM does it randomly or if the player gets to choose, which the rule says, by the way, that for people that don't know, the rule says the DM chooses. Because
Yes.
if you're role playing the wizard or the warlock or whoever's conjuring, they're just conjuring. If maybe they're not that powerful and they can do the spell, but they don't choose what beast it is. So you conjure up and you're like, ah, oh, fuck, 8 rabbits, cool.
Right.
Let's get to work here, with these rabbits. But that way you got the flexibility to do any of it. And I'm just cycling through the ref manual here to show everybody what's up. She's got a lot of information.
Yeah. Ooh, the frequently asked questions is actually a good one. So as I was making this while I was streaming, and I had some people kind of help me out with questions and what they thought other people might also ask. So do you need all the modules, like every single monster manual out there? You do not. That's why I tried to label everything so that even if you were using the tables, for example, if it rolls something from the creature codex and you don't own the creature codex, you can simply just re-roll. So you don't need to have every single module that was used in the making of this.
Right. That's good to know. Hey, by the way, do you have yet? You don't. I need to make you. Got to add you to the list. Robin's gonna get her own room
Oh, snap.
right now. So create channel, bump it up one. So she's got
And when
her.
he means by her own room, he's talking about his Discord everybody, not into his house or anything. She's not moving in with him.
No, she lives very far away and has a family, so there's a lot of factors against her moving in with me. So that's not what I meant. Um, it would be fun though. But you know what? Bring the whole family. Whatever. What the fuck? What do I care? So, yeah. So if you guys, and that's for those of you that are, most of you watching the show are on the Discord, and you know that, Diablo Bob, Matakuri, Kent, uh, Mad Nomad, and Troy is new. Troy just put out one thing yesterday. He'll be on the show on the 27th, and now Robin. They have their own room, so you can come here and rather than gumming up the general chat with 15 questions that only one person's going to talk to you about, you can go to their specific room. That's what that's for. So good. Many more people are on
Thanks.
Team Tui, but there's only those 6 people I think that create their own material. The rest of the people they just do conversions of other authors' work, so you wouldn't really need to talk to them about their own special stuff. Um, all right. Did you want to? Let's see what else. Why wasn't Unearthed Arcana included? Because we don't do that. She probably said it better than that.
Well, so the Unearthed Arcana module has changed a lot, like, over time, because I think once something goes in Unearthed Arcana and it becomes official, like it did, say, in the case of Xanathar's Guide to Everything, they remove those things from Unearthed Arcana because they're now available in Xanathar's Guide.
Right.
So I decided just not to use anything from that module because most I would say a lot of that content makes it into official books. And Tasha's Cauldron is like right around the corner. So
Right, that's coming out
whatever's in
November
there
17th,
now,
I think.
yeah, I
So,
think will change soon.
yeah, the people ask me that all the time. How come my spell codings or my feats or classes or whatever don't have? And I'm like, UA is an official material, and plus it's going to change. The second I code it, it's going to be different, and then they're going to delete it. And so yeah, just UA is, it's not garbage, but it's not useful if in perpetuity. It's going to be either tossed and abandoned, or it's going to be included in official material down the road. So you just wait for that. Will this work with Unity? Yes, it will. I know it will. How do I add
Yes,
monsters?
somebody actually already did use it in Unity, so I can confidently say that it does work in Unity.
Yeah, you can tell the it's just tables and encounters, so that's nothing that would mess with Unity's functionality. So
Yeah.
I knew that. How do I add monsters to combat tracker to a battle map? And the answer to that is the same way you do if there anything else you put in the combat tracker. So it's just the same.
And I snarkily added, please read the wiki.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
That's snark.
just like in my Discord server in the rules section, rule number 6, before asking any questions regarding Fantasy Grounds, please make sure that you've read this in its entirety, and it's the 157-page PDF instructions to Fantasy Grounds. But
Zeke GB
yeah,
says in chat, it's not snark, it's helpful. But to me, that was me being snarky.
yeah. But the reason I do that is because I want to help people in my Discord, but I don't want someone to come in and go, how do I roll dice? Like I'm not here to answer that. Like
Right.
if you don't know that, then you need to start at the beginning. But
For sure.
awesome. Let's give away one or more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. That was super fast. I knew it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to be a lot, but it's a testament to the product because you don't really have to explain very much. It just simply does this one thing, and it does it well, and it does it completely. Like there's nothing missing. You've got all the books and everything in there.
Yeah.
So let's do this, everybody. We're gonna do a keyword raffle. The prize, of course, will be Robin's Conjure and Summon thing. I'm calling it that. It's got an official name. That's not it. And the keyword will, of course, be Robin. You have to spell it right. And start in 1 minute timer, and we will pick a winner from this list. So all you guys have to do is type in the chat !Robin, spelled with a Y. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you got to join us on Sunday nights because we give away stuff every week. And if you're watching on YouTube, it's already over. But smash that
winner.
Smash that sub button and ring that notification. I don't know what you're supposed to do on YouTube. I have 1,000 videos. I literally have 1,035 videos on YouTube, and I don't know how it works. I don't understand how YouTube works. I know you're supposed to smash the button.
I used to make YouTube videos. I made one for this module, and it was like my first YouTube video in like 3 years. I don't do it anymore.
Yeah, videos. I trapped myself into a life of making these videos.
You're doing great, though.
Thank you. I got some validation from my co-host. All right. Let's pick a winner. It is it over? Yeah, it's over. It is, boom, Linsman. What's up? He was at the show like 15 minutes early. I don't know if that helps. So, Linsman, you know what to do. Just PM Robin in Discord, and she'll give it to you. Boom. No, that's not true. You got to PM me. I'll do it. I'm the one that published it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I can't do that, Rob.
No. Yeah, PM, scratch that, Linsman. PM me, and I'll give it to you because Robin can't do it because she published it. She just collects the money. I have to give it to you. You know what? Let's do 2, shall we? Because we're nice.
Sure. And it's awesome.
It is awesome. Journeyman UTC less 5 is also a winner. Journeyman UTC minus 5. Is that what you're doing? That's funny. I like it. So also PM me Journeyman, and those 2 people will win, and that's awesome. So if anybody has questions about that module or anything in Fantasy Grounds whatsoever, you can ask us, because you got 3 users sitting here right now. We can put our heads together. And we will do that. We'll answer your questions, and then if that's it, we'll end the show. It'll be the shortest show ever, and we'll get right to the games. Unless you guys want to talk about anything in particular.
Man, I really regret it. So I'm working on a new token pack. I was planning on being done with it by tonight, but that didn't happen. And I do all of my artwork on my laptop, and I was gonna bring like transfer some of the new tokens that I made to my PC so that I could show you guys what they all are, but I didn't do that. So I don't know why I'm saying this, but basically I was gonna show you guys a sneak peek of my new token pack, but
Do
I
you have
can't.
any art at all? Do you have any pictures at all?
No, just the ones I guess, there were some that were posted in the Team Tui channel a long time ago. Do you remember the door
Oh yeah,
token
I
and
do
the
remember that.
stairs? Those are gonna be in this set. Um, and I made more. There's more. I made like a floor hatch, a chromatic portal. So yeah. I
Cool.
just man, I wish I had
Well,
transferred
that's
some
all
of
right.
them
You'll show
'cause
them next time. So,
yeah.
Sven, thank you. That was a good call. I completely forgot to give everyone the link, but for those of you that didn't win and you want to go buy it, there's the link. $5. $5. Then Robin can get more hair dye. I don't know.
Lensman asks, "How is work coming on the portals? Are you talking about my token? Portals token? That's what. Yeah. I mean, I'm almost done with it. I just need a couple more days. It
Robin's doing a lot
took
of
me
stuff. She's
longer.
doing that. She's doing the thing she
Deep
just talked
magic.
about. She's doing deep magic spell coding, Rob Tui style spell coding, but
Yes.
she's doing all 700 or as many of the 700. Some of them probably won't need coding, but
Yeah.
there's 700 in there. What's your progress on that, by the way?
So I was doing it by spell level, starting with cantrips, and I'm in the fourth level spells. I'm sorry it's taking so long, but it's
Oh,
like
no, that's
a
good because
lot.
as you go higher in levels, there's less and less spells, right? So,
Yeah, that's true.
yeah,
I
there's
feel
only gonna
like
be like 10 ninth level ones or whatever. I don't know.
yeah, I feel like that's true, except it always seems bloated around fourth or fifth level,
Yeah,
and
it
then it goes
is.
down from
Yeah, you're
there.
right. It is. Here, as a matter of fact, let's go open that real quick. Magic.
Which I love that there's some cantrips in this in deep magic that I think really round out sort of what's available cantrips wise in 5th edition. So even while I was doing that, just seeing the cantrips had me like so on board. And I love Kobold Press, everybody knows that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, ninth level spells. There's not even a full. There's only like 20 of them.
Nice.
And eighth level has a few more, of course. Seventh level still only on less than 100 because it bleeds over to another page. Sixth level less than 100. Fifth level. Now we're gonna get where it's gonna tell me more than one page. Fourth level, maybe not. Wow.
Oh, cool. It seems like
Third
there's so
level,
many
yeah.
4th
Third
level
level has
spells
over
though.
100,
Yeah.
and second level also over 100, and first level over 100, and cantrips over 100. Yeah, so it does thin out after fourth level.
Cool.
Hieroglyph, Hyro, Heil Hitler, whatever the hell it is. That's what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was streaming back when I was in the cantrips. I was streaming this coding the spells and I kept mistyping hieroglyph and they would not let me live it down. It's all
Oh,
good
good
though.
time. So yeah, so anybody that owns Deep Magic, or if you're planning on getting Deep Magic, um, kind of expensive, and when she's finished with the spell coatings, those will not be cheap either because it's probably gonna be in the vicinity of $20 because there's a lot, and
Mhm.
we do 4 cents per code, 4 cents per spell. So you're
Oh, and then I have shops module that works with Manicure's shops extension. That will be done super soon. Like really, really soon.
This is very exciting to me because Robin's going to be on every show, and eventually she'll take over my whole operation, and I'll die, and she'll be the king of it. And then
Oh.
also she's going to be on all the DM skills. She'll have more than me.
No, I don't think so.
Well, if you only count, like, I got all the conversions, but if you only count, like, things I've done personally 100% on my own, there's not that many things, really. I mean, there's maybe 30 or 40, but it's, well, here, I can figure it out. I know what's happening. I can go right to the, as you know, I keep stats. So I'm now starting to keep stats of which things have LOS. So many of the DM's Guild items have now included line of sight for Unity, everybody. Eventually they'll all be done. DM's Guild titles 337. How many have I made personally? 51. So not that many. But
Yeah, I've not made many that are like Team Tui.
yeah.
I do
But
have a lot of
you've got a
conversions.
lot of, yeah, we can go, as a matter of fact, since you're the guest today, why don't we look at that real quick? Clicking on Robin's name, you will see she has that thing we just talked about. Blackstaff's Tome of Wizardry she worked on. Curse
And I
classes.
also did the conversion for that, but that's the PDF, which I wrote for. And
Cool.
also Curse Classes, even Cursier, I did the conversion for and I wrote for in the PDF.
And the #1 current title on the guild, Exploring Eberron. Boom.
Yes,
Keith
that one's
Baker.
awesome.
Didn't call me back. Tabaxi, the Simple Aura tokens, more of those coming. Compendium of Written Works for Faerun. The Lamenting Lighthouse, that's a lighthouse that is shy. Mythic Encounters, Whimsical Heroes races. Archetypes of Everon. Elite wow, you do have a lot. Wow. These are all the PDFs or the Fantasy Grounds version of Face of Forgotten Realms 2. NPCs of Eberron. The Dragon Marked. There's all the Dragon Marks. I see them.
Yes.
The Wayfinders Foundation's registry. So wow. So just click on Robin's name, everybody. She's legit. She's got a lot of titles. I didn't really realize this, actually, to be honest with you. I looked at your name once, but there was like 10 things. Now there's like 30.
Yeah.
So
It never ends.
right, but
and I'm actually trying to move away from doing conversions because
right, yeah. You want to do more
very
stuff like what you
tedious.
did for us today because
Yeah.
that's where
Yeah, I
you
want to
can.
make my own stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I care about. I care about Team Tui stuff, right? So I get like anything with a pink cover on it, I get jazzed up.
Yeah.
And here, oh, this is fun too. If you go to DM's Guild, if you do two filters, DM's Guild content and virtual tabletop, then you're gonna go see the top so many titles are Team Tui, obviously, and there's a pink one right over there on the first page. Oh, and here's this. This is in here fucking up my stats. Getting
Sorry.
all crazy. Yeah, but you must be doing well because you're getting a big portion of that, I would imagine. You didn't tell me what it was. So yeah, all these solid covers are all the team's stuff, so everybody's doing well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I clicked on that by accident. There's another guy who's doing I like his style, solid color, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I noticed that.
yeah, I don't know who this is. His name is Bratch9. I think that's a real name. But like he did, I'm not bad mouthing him. I just think it's interesting that he's making some things that we've already made. So my assumption is whoever this person is has no idea who I am or my Discord or all of the guys on my team with me and he can't know. It's like he's doing things we've already done, so he has to be like in a bubble somewhere, not understanding that we've already done all this stuff. So, uh, or it's somebody who hates me and is specifically doing it and put it all up at pay what you want. But his stuff is like if you go like spell tokens, this thing puts a token where your spell is. But Diablo Bob already did that, and not only that, his is very sophisticated. But I mean, he's just doing one little thing and selling it for free or whatever people want to donate, so that's fine. But I was particularly fascinated by his choice of style and covers.
Yeah.
Like, oh, solid color, DM's Guild logo down here. Fantasy Grounds logo. He's using the old logo, but whatever. But yeah, you see he's putting out a lot. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think.
Wow.
Yeah, he just started like September 3rd. So in 3 days he's put out 6 things. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Interesting. That's a good word for it. Oh, I get to highlight this. Oh, and next week, everybody. Robin will not be joining us next week. But we're going to be talking to Theodore, the guy that did the fantasy module parser, which is, it used to be called Engineer Suite, and before that it was called NPC Engineer. So he's going to be here showcasing that. As a matter of fact, I think today, I'm not on Fantasy Grounds College Discord server anymore because I'm not welcome there. But I think today he taught a class on that, so he'll be fresh off teaching that class and come show us the stuff. And Leroon booked him on the show for that, so I'll have to remind him that he's coming next week. And then the week after that, we're gonna do Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frost Maiden. We'll walk through that. Spoilers because I'm playing in the game, but I'll just have to deal with it. I'll forget it the next day anyway, and we'll give away a copy of that for sure. And then Random Treasure Generator to NPC Maker. The new guy, Priest, Troy Monteith, will be with us to talk about that. And then
Is that how you pronounce his Discord name?
Priest, yeah.
I couldn't figure it out.
It's actually, and I spelled it wrong there. I did spell it wrong. It's E before I, not the other way.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
I was like,
I
what
asked
do
him
I
how to
call
spell
him?
that. Because if you take out the 6s, if you take out the Devil's 666, it's just the word priest. See? Oh, you can't see.
Oh, I see.
You guys only see my fantasy grounds. Here, hold on. I keep forgetting I need to share the screen with you guys.
There was a question earlier from Lensman. I scroll back up. Lensman
No,
said, what were the reasons Mad Nomad's party combat stats were not included as part of the bundle?
Okay, I need to focus in on that question because I didn't understand. So wait, let me do this first. Okay, so now you guys can see whatever I see. Okay. So this is what I was talking about. Whoops, hold on. So you see up here his name Priest.
Yeah, okay.
So if
I
you
see
put
it
in
now.
yeah, he just put 666 in the name is what he did.
Gotcha.
Because it's super clever. Okay, what was
I like
Lensman's
it.
question again?
Okay, Lensman asked, shit, I gotta scroll back to it. Okay, what were the reasons Mad Nomad's party combat stats were not included as part of the bundle?
I thought they were.
Does Nomad have a bundle?
He does, so let's go look at that. Oh, okay, so he has enhanced character sheet bundle. So party stats is not part of that. But let's find out how many things he has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7. So he's got 7 things that he's done for Team Tui, but only 4 of them match the description of him having those 4 things are specific to a character, whereas the stats and the encounter generator and whatever aren't. He might be open to making another bundle. Well, it actually has 6 because one of them is a trial version. It's just so you don't really count that. So the other 2, which are the party combat stats and the Fantasy Grounds Xanathar's encounter generator, he might be open to having a bundle with all of his stuff in it, like Bob does. But we'll have to talk to him about that. But that's the answer, is that his party stats and his encounter generator, those do not fall under the umbrella of the enhanced character sheet, which is basically these 4 together. So that's why. That's the answer.
That.
Roger that.
Bob said I'm not going to be there for the Engineer Suite show because I'm so opposed to the Engineer Suite.
No, that's not the reason.
I mean, it's legit though.
She is also not going to be on round robin on that Wednesday, but someone else is.
Well, the Wednesday after that show. So,
Right.
like, next week, I'll be there for pickup games and round robin. And then that's it. I won't be there for the Sunday show that
Right.
week. Yeah.
And then
And
the
then the
next
next week, yeah.
the next pickup games, I have a replacement
Yeah.
DM for you, and it's unfortunately it's me. And then the following day we're gonna have Miss Fury Bait.
Nice.
It's gonna be called Round Furied. I don't know what it's gonna call.
And that will
Oh,
be on
gosh.
the 16th.
Yeah.
That period will be on round robin.
Yep.
Because my mama's coming to town.
Mama's coming to town. She knows if you've been good or bad. Oh no, that's Santa Claus. Which I think turns out to be sorry kids. It's Santa Claus ends up being Mama sometimes. Well, don't. There's that video of on Saturday Night Live of Ryan Gosling who never was told that Santa wasn't real, and he's like a 35-year-old man, and he's like, Santa's here? You go upstairs and you get that man and you bring him down here. Oh guys, I love that video. So funny. Santa's not real, everybody.
Lensman
Spoiler.
wants to know, can you walk through connecting to Fantasy Grounds Classic on the same PC
Yes.
using localhost?
Yes, I can. Okay, so I have Fantasy Grounds open here. Let me open another instance of Fantasy Grounds, just a second one. And join game. And then type in localhost. It doesn't really matter what you type here. I just do it so I can recognize it later. But just type localhost, all one word over here on the right. You can type anything over here on the left. And then you click start. Now you go over here. If I go back to my other instance of it, you'll see localhost connected. It's showing that that's connected just like a player would be. And then when it connects, basically you'll have a DM instance and a player instance. And everything works as if it's a player connected to a game, and this is a good way to test things. I'm sure that's why he wanted to know. So for example, if I click this character as a player, it goes up here in the top, and here's my players in my sheet, and back on the other screen, I'm up top there. And if, for example, I go to an image and I share it with the players, then the player screen has it shared for me. So there you go. And if I go to that same image and I see the P for public, which is shared, and I click on the P to take it away, still here as the DM, but on the player side, ooh, it's gone. So there you go. That's how you do it. That was a good example of a Fantasy Grounds questions that isn't about the subject we're talking about today, but that I was happy to answer and easy. You might read on the forums some stuff about you can't connect to your own table because you got to have a code and your license key and whatever. You see that it works. So now if I, as the DM, kick this player, then over here you're gonna see I got kicked. Boom. That's it. What else? What else, everybody? Or is it time to play games? By the way, all of you that are watching, you should stick around and play Jackbox games with us. Ooh, that Jackbox Party Pack 7 is supposed to come out this month. I don't know if it's going to be late, but they said September.
You know what else comes out this month?
Yeah, if you're asking me a question about Fantasy Grounds and Steam, my answer is what Scuba just said. Stop using Steam.
I use Steam.
You want to? I want to see if I beat anybody. I use Steam. I love Steam. I have like 1,000 games in Steam, but I do not use Steam for Fantasy Grounds. I never have.
Oh, I do.
And it's a legit way to do it, but I just have had so many people have so many problems. And if you just have Fantasy Grounds installed the regular way, just off their website, it seems easier and less combative and not as many mistakes and all that kind of stuff. But I'll open my Steam account and I'll show you like I'm loaded. I have so many. It's embarrassing. I have so much stuff on Steam that hasn't even been installed. I just see something.
Oh,
I'm like,
me too.
oh, it's on
That's
sale.
me
I'm gonna
as
buy it,
well.
and I'll play it
Yep.
3 years from now. Yeah.
And Humble Bundles too.
Oh yeah, Humble Bundle. I get their emails, and it's super frustrating. Because any other questions, you guys, about Fantasy Grounds or Robin's thing? And when I say Robin's thing, giggity, I mean conjures and summons encounters.
It's okay. I mean, I know it's like super simple, but I think it's really useful, especially if you have spellcasters who like conjuring and summoning and
Yes.
all that.
And by the way,
So,
does Steam? I have a
it's
super
very
fast
niche,
machine.
but
Steam takes like 6 hours to open. So here's all the games I have, and I just hid a couple today. The reason I hid them though is they were like I have Skyrim 5 and Skyrim 5 Enhanced Edition. It's the same thing, so I just hid the one, right? Or I have Civ 5 and Civ 6. Well, I'm never gonna play Civ 5 if I have Civ 6, so I hid that one. But I've hidden like 4 things. But I mean, some people that probably have way more than me. But you see all the grayed out ones I haven't even installed. That's a lot. Oh, I'm gonna leave Steam open anyway because we're gonna use it. Oh, see, I'm smart, lucky. Same thing. There's Journeyman and there's Lensman. So good. I got those guys ready to dish out their prizes for them. So, all right, guys, if there's no more questions, I will close the stream and we'll wait a couple minutes and start it up again. And everyone's welcome to stay with us and play Jackbox.tv games. You can get a jump on things by going to Jackbox.tv on your device or your computer or your phone or your tablet and making sure that you're signed into your Twitch account on that Jackbox.tv. And we can literally have 10,000 people playing. So you won't be left out if you don't want to be left out. Any final words from you two before we end the show officially?
no, thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thanks, everybody! All right, so we'll be back in a few to play games. Thanks again to Robin for showing her wares on the show today. And hopefully you guys will all go out and get that. And you need it. It has to be halved. That's right. I'm stumbling because I don't know. I forget what I'm supposed to do at the end. But Furied and Robin and I will be back in a few, and until a few minutes from now, everybody. Good gaming, everyone.
Ooh.